New year, new me? Don't be ridiculous. Hey guys, it's your boy, Mr. Tag, and welcome to this ridiculous concoction you see in front of you. It's Inferno Tempest. It's gross, it's disgusting, I love it. So if you guys want some jank for 2026, well, this is what you got right here. So, what's the point of this deck? What's it trying to do? Well, it's trying to resolve that card right in front of you, Inferno Tempest. So, when you take 3,000 or more battle damage from one attack, that's when you can activate it. You remove all monsters in each player's deck and graveyard from play. So we're playing 7 monsters. Our opponent's probably playing more than that. In most situations, going to be playing more than that. So basically, we're going to have to put all their stuff, we're going to banish all their stuff. And then we're going to mill 5 more because of Necroface. And then hopefully they just can't do anything. Obviously, the huge counter to this is if our opponent's playing Return from the Different Dimension. So we just fueled it for him. Burial can also, if you're playing against Vayu specifically, can also hurt you. But that's a one-of, which you could mill off Necroface, as opposed to their 3 Sirocco, their 3 Vayu, their 3 Grepher to set other plays, right? So you don't have to worry about very much. Now, in, say, Modern or in other formats, this can be an FTK, well, an OTK, you can't really do it on your first turn, because you can play 3 Necroface, and then you mill a Necroface, and you mill another Necroface, and you mill another Necroface, so you banish 15 cards, and it's going to get rid of all your opponent's monsters, so usually you're winning. This deck, unless your opponent's playing Monster Mash, is not going to win like that. So, just in case, we're playing a bunch of trap monsters. So while our opponent will have 0 monsters to play with, we will have, 6, because this can't do any damage, but we have 6 monsters, they have 0. And we can bring our monsters back, they probably can't. Anyway, I'm going to go through the card by card now. I think it's pretty obvious what this is trying to do, but I'll just go through it anyway. So we play 3 Lava Golem. So, the big caveat with Inferno Tempest is you have to take 3,000 damage, right? Lava Golem's 3,000. So instead of trying to rely on your opponent to just hit you with a 3k beta, because that may not happen. Some decks don't play monsters that do 3,000 damage. A lot of decks don't actually. So you give them one. If they are smart, they won't swing. But if, typically they're trying to try and swing anyway because they don't want to get burnt out. This will eventually kill them if they don't, start swinging. So they will swing. And then you'll take 3,000. And if you have Inferno Tempest set, then you mill their deck. Banish their deck entirely. Good times. Or banish all the monsters. You know what I'm talking about. The next monster is Dark Horus. So this is a level 8. So it works with trade-in. It's 3,000. So it's big. It has an effect which probably won't ever go off. Unless you have Necroface in the graveyard somehow. But basically, this is a 3k beta we can actually summon off of Return from the Different Dimension or Different Dimension Reincarnation. Honestly, this could be Blue Eyes White Dragon. This could be any other level 8 that does 3k, which I think is just those 2 actually. And it can be in its place. But that's what this is here for. Doesn't do anything else really special. Because like I said, unless you specifically have Necroface in the graveyard somehow, it's not bringing anything back. We play the Necroface because this is what you want. You're going to banish this when Inferno Tempest resolves. So you're going to banish an extra top 5 cards of your opponent's deck. So hopefully you're going to hit, their heavies, their one-offs, which actually get them back in the deck, get back in the game, That's what this is here for. That's what basically all it's here for. Magic Planner to cycle through our decks. We play a lot of continuous trap cards. Trade in to pitch dead Dark Horuses or Lava Golems. Gold sucks, so we can get to, say, a Lava Golem or an Inferno Tempest because these aren't searchable. Maybe late game you go for something else as well, but typically those are the 2 cards you're going to be going for. MST to get through our opponent's back row. 2 DDRs. There was 3 in an early build, but I think 2 is completely fine. This is basically so, hey, we've got access to our monsters. You don't. Look, we've got a 3k beta now. Inferno Tempest. This is basically the whole crux of the deck. So this, you have to set this first. Your opponent swings, and then you activate this, and then hopefully that's when you win the game. And if a lava golem gets banished that you've already summoned, then you can bring one DDR. But typically you're bringing these back. Then play Return for a different dimension, because as you can see in the replay, bringing 3 of these back is pretty cool for a good push. Ojama Trio. This is another way to summon cards to your opponent's side of the field that we can then use for Lava Golem. Because, you know, games 2 and 3, they may have figured out what you're doing, and then only going to summon one monster at a time, and that's no fun. But hey, then you give them monsters. Now this says cannot be attributed for a tribute summon. This is a special summon. So you can still give them Lava Golem when you use Ojama Trio. Mirror Force, Mirror Force, Torrential, Torrential. Triple Starlight Road, because we need to protect our guys. And also, this also gives access to Stardust Dragon, which is a 2500 beta, which is pretty cool. I play 3 Imperial Custom. So this means basically you can hide behind Metal Reflex Line for however long you want. It makes your Zomas and embodiments. Your opponent can't hit over them. They can't be destroyed by Torrential or Mirror Force. Your opponent has to hit like a D-Prison or a Karma Cut. Protect, you know, Raigeki breaks and stuff like that as well. These will be really well protected under Imperial Custom. Metal Reflex Line, because it's a 3k wall, which is really hard to get over. Embodiment, because it's the other monster we can summon. Like, Zoma's really good. Embodiment's pretty freaking average, especially because you can only summon it in main phase. You can't go to battle phase, or let them go to battle phase, sorry, and then summon it. Or you can't say almost have game, but maybe you're playing around Torrential, and you want to wait till battle phase to summon this just in case, but no, you can't do that. Anyway, 1600, 1800, it will stuff off sometimes. And Zoma the Spirit, which is 1800, 500, and has a really good effect where if it's destroyed by battle, you burn your opponent for the attack of the monster that killed it. Fantastic card. Absolutely fantastic. I love Zoma the Spirit. Extra doesn't really matter. Stardust matters. Chimera Texmatics, we are siding Cyber Dragons. We have like Super Poly, so these are in the side. And remember, guys, Zaris, because if we're playing against Glads, we might want to bring in Bestiari and do that. Yeah. That's that. Although we don't have brain control inside anymore, so I'm actually not sure how we're getting to go Zaris with our opponent's cards. This could be anything else. Yeah, an older thing, I think I said mind control or brain control as well. It was like, oh yeah, we take their thing, summon our guy, then we make Zaris with it. This doesn't do anything in the side anymore. So, Crow. Yeah, like, oh, the rest of this stuff doesn't matter. It can be whatever you want. You can have mind control or brain control. This can be whatever you want. Crows, because they can hit, you know, temporarily get rid of stuff from your opponent's graveyard. Not temporarily, get rid of one card as opposed to the whole thing with Inferno Tempest. Vortex for board wipes. Deep Dimensional Physics, we don't care if our stuff gets banished. We do not care. And our traps won't get banished. So Zoma will get its effect anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, we don't care if our stuff gets banished. Super Poly, just so we can run these, I suppose. You don't have to play this. Oppression can kind of hurt us, but we can always send away the Magic Planter. So some of you guys first send Magic Planter it away, or some of you guys then flip this, blah, blah, blah. Bottomless hit, you know, the Black Wings and all those decks that summon big guys, and Magic Cylinder for the burn. So anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this absolute nightmare, catastrophe, apocalyptic type of deck here. And I'll see you guys in the replays. Peace!